chapter 47, and let's get into it. Second full moon night and the start of the war. The night had come, the night of the war between the good magic and bad. Everyone was in their positions. Pia kissed Abe hard, Reina kissed Siddharth kissed her and the child. Arima kissed Aditya with tears in her eyes. Aditya looked at his lioness, looking weak and sad. He kissed her and his twins. Sugan, David, Panchi, Rajveer all held hands and waited in their own groups. Sugan and David were in the witches' group. They would create a huge force to hide the part of the forest where the war was. Panchi and Rajveer were in the vamp wizard hybrid group. Abe was with the vampires and fairies, with Pia by his side. They waited until Aditya came back with the good wolf and good hybrids to indicate Neil was on his way. Everyone ate, exercised, and rested. After midnight came, the moon was so high in the sky. Aditya came back as he howled at the sky. As he came back, he howled twice loud. Everyone got up. The witches said a spell along with the vamp hybrid wizards. Akina hukum mushrimin habud lakondo for ro husnabi furnish haluko ashwamina halo gifirham mustimirgim. They said it a few times. The witches became weakened. The vampire wizard were helped. Finally, the force field was ready. The force field was up. The fairies, the angels, the enchanted barriers bleeped as they knew evil was coming. Everyone got into battle positions, and Neil came out with his wolves. They growled and launched. With the vampires biting some wolves, they were knocked off by hybrids. They were bit. One hybrid tried to bite Siddharth, but David used a spell to send him away. Siddharth nodded as a sign of thanks and bit off the werewolf, tearing his head off. Dhanushri was shocked, and on purpose she jumped into the ore ball and died before saying sorry, Pia. Layla was hard. She used Matrix and tried to kick Pia, but Pia dodged her and kicked her after pulling her hair and catching off guard. Layla turned wolf and tried to bite Pia, but Sugandh and Panchi killed her. Pia thanked them, and then Pia ran to Abe. Abe was fighting two men, one hybrid vamp wolf and one vamp wolf wizard. Abe killed the vamp wolf, and the vamp wizard was hard. At that moment, Pia threw a energy ball and took the wizard's attention to herself. He went to attack her. Abe ripped his head off and blood spurted everywhere. He ripped off all of his limbs too and burnt them. Pia saw Abe covered in blood, and she got a handkerchief and wiped his face. She kissed him on the lips. Abe smiled and went to find Neil. Pia fought the other she-wolves and the men. She weakened them by kicking him where the sun don't shine. Then she used the energy ball and burned him. One wolf was behind Pia. Alina saw him and she ripped his heart out. Seeing this, Pia puked and thanked Alina and nodded and went. Neil and Abe found each other. They fought. Abe kicked Neil and Neil scratched Abe. Neil started taunting Abe. What happened, Mr. Raichand? You haven't got any power left. What did my family do to you? What did Jay do to you? Only because he loved that Pia. And my mom? What did you kill my mom for, you bastard? You and Alina, you hid her from us so we couldn't find her. I will not leave you today. I will kick you and I will kill you and I will chop off your bones and cut you up into small pieces and feed my pack. This pissed off Abe. He launched for him. Neil moved away, and Abe hit the tree. The tree broke. Then Abe did a stealthy attack. He blinded Neil with some vermilion in the eyes and grabbed his neck. But Neil moved. He was going to attack Abe from behind, but Pia sang Her voice disorientated him for a bit, and Abe turned around. Nia started using boxing and karate moves, but Abe dodged it. Pia knew Abe was tired, so she helped him. She paralyzed Neil, and Abe she paralyzed Neil, and Pia gave Abe her wrist. He drank her blood, and after he felt strong, he kicked Neil, and Neil flew into a tree, breaking it. Neil got back up and tried to scratch Abe with his wave claw, but Abe dodged it. Meanwhile, back at the main fight spot, Divot broke the ground. He used a spell his dad created. Most of the evil vampires, werewolves, fell in the ground. Divot crushed their heads as he stuck the ground back together. Aditya was bitten by another wave, but he felt Arima's scream in pain. He hated himself for putting her in danger. She sent him her thoughts, saying, "Carry on, Adi. We are counting on you. I love you, my werewolf." At that moment, Siddharth got bit by a werewolf. Sugan Spear's mom healed him. He thanked her, and she smiled and disappeared. Next month, she got attacked by the vampire evil and the evil werewolves. She screamed. Seeing his beloved in trouble, Rajveer killed the werewolf he was fighting and used a healing spell. Helia Matugarumbum Ushmagnova. Her injuries were fully healed. She thanked him with a kiss and attacked the ones who attacked her. Sugan got a deep gash in her side and was bleeding a lot. She cried in pain. Divit came and got scared of losing her. Pia was in battle. Sugan was healing other vampires and werewolves. Divit tried a spell. He cried when it didn't work. His tears fell on her gash and it healed. Sugan woke up and Divit hugged her hard and she told him she loved him. They heard laughter and realized they were surrounded by evil werewolves and said, "Look at this modern time Romeo and Juliet. What shall we do with these two, my brothers?" The second queen said, "Why not we kill the boy and we can play with the girl? Look, boys, look how hot she is." David got pissed off and when they called his Sugandha item. His anger caused a lightning crash to appear and it burnt the goons to nothing. Back with Abe and Neil, they fought. Both of them were injured when Neil took out the enchanted knife his witch had given him. He cut Abe, his arm was bleeding. The knife was covered in vervain. The angel flower, the two combined were fertile to vampires and angels. When Abe was cut, Pia was cut. Neil made fatal cuts on Abe and then he filled the cuts with this hybrid venom. Abe screamed in pain and Pia screamed, feeling his pain. Abe grabbed Neil's heart, but not before Neil stabbed Abe in the heart. They both fell on the floor and Pia fell on Abe's chest and they both said their final "I love yous." Darkness and light can never be together, but a human and a demon fell in love. Everyone said that they could never be together. They both completed the history and spent most of their life together. And a flower turned a demon good. This was their love story. Just one more chapter and that's the bonus.